Hey guys, now in today's video we're taking a look at the M4 Plus, and this is a riding scooter. You can ride the scooter standing or, as you see me here, sitting down, which is going to give you even more range if you get tired from standing up. Now this scooter is really packed with power. You're looking at 28.8 miles an hour top speed depending on your weight, with a 300 plus pound weight capacity. So I believe it's around 330. So if you are a bigger person, you'll have a lot of fun in this. I'm around 180, 190 on a good day. I'm a 180 on a bad day of 190. And this thing is really doing extremely well. A couple things to highlight about the scooter is not only is it the seat solution, but the seat itself also has suspension in it. So as I'm riding this, the actual seat itself has a shock absorber, which makes it incredibly comfortable to sit in and ride. Actually, I'm not used to riding a scooter like this. It's different, but it's also very comfortable. You'll notice that it does have a telescopic front here, so I can actually extend the neck up, and it has an adjustment here on the side. The actual handles themselves are collapsible. It does have a horn, and it's a digital horn. It has lights, and this thing has some really sharp RGB lights that really light up the night, that make it look incredibly cool. It does have some all-terrain tires, so these tires are grippy, and they're going to be able to go on gravel, dirt, obviously pavement like I am here, and it's going to give you a very comfortable ride. I really don't feel anything that's jarring in any way. Now, while you see me riding this in the seated position, you don't always have to ride it this way. You can actually switch, and I'm going to switch to the standing position because that's what I'm really used to. And here you can see me in the standing position, and what ends up happening is the actual seat itself could be removed. So let's say you want to remove the seat. All you have to do is fold it down, remove the actual seat itself. It removes just like a bicycle seat, and you're set to go. You could even remove the actual, I would say, base of the seat itself if you plan on not using this, let's say, as a seated scooter. So that's something that's definitely optional for you. Now the scooter does have a front and rear disc brake system, which means that when it has, now the scooter does have a front and rear brake system. So when you want to stop, this boy is going to stop. So it's going to stop without any problem. What we're going to see is what's the top speed on this. Right now I have it on kilometers per hour, so I won't call it out as I'm driving, but we'll see what the display says. So I'm going to go ahead and floor it. Right now I am on the fastest mode. It has actually 3 driving modes. One that is eco, one that is a standard, and then here we have kind of like the fastest mode that gives you all the power. The display is very colorful. As I'm looking down, it is also bright in this environment, and right now it's clocking 45 kilometers per hour. Now we just were using the brakes a couple seconds ago, and I had to tell you that the braking is quiet, it's responsive. When I wanted to stop, it will stop. And the bed itself, the board that I'm standing on, is wide enough where I can have my feet side by side, which I really appreciate. All right, so what we're going to do here is kind of like a speed test. We're going to see how quickly it will ramp up in speed. So I'm flooring it right now, full throttle. It says 12, 16, 19, 22, 28 kilometers per hour. And we're going to see how fast this bad boy goes. It's actually going to hit top speed, at least in kilometers per hour. We'll see the actual miles per hour on screen, 45. So right now it's 45 top speed kilometers per hour. And I'll tell you, this scooter is quiet. You really hear no noise. So there's nothing that's rattling, nothing that is jingling. You don't even hear the motor. It's just the tires. That's it. Now, in addition to having some nice LED treatment on the actual board itself, you also do have a very bright front-facing LED and a rear-facing LED. The other thing that this has, which is really nice, it has turning signals. Left and right turning signals. You heard that right. Now the turning markers are on the sides. So they're going to show up really well at night. I don't know how well they'll show up now during the day, but definitely at night, these things are going to pop. And I do like the color treatment itself is pretty spectacular as well. Now while this scooter is over 50 pounds, one of the things I do like about it is that you can fold it down, not just fold down the neck, which you typically have, the steering column. You can also fold the handles in. which makes it more compact when you're putting it in a car. So I really like that flexibility too. All right, guys, so now we're going to do a speed test. We actually have a speed cam in front of us. So I want to see how accurate the speed on the actual scooter and the speed cam, how does it compare? So looking to be as close as possible to what we see there. So let's go ahead and see what it does. We're going to see. And we're right now top speed, and it is indicating 28 miles, now 21 miles an hour. 21 miles an hour. Now, one of the things I can tell about the bike is that it does have a limiter, and that limiter may be keeping our speeds under the 28 mile an hour listed speed. So we saw definitely there that it was more like 21, 20, and we'll have to see with the manufacturer if that could be opened up. I think it can. I thought I saw in the manual that there's a way to do it. The overall comfort, we talked about the fact that this does have a wide board for your feet or the bed itself. And what I like also is that it does have a dual suspension system in the back. Really, really nice dual suspension system that going through this bumpy terrain here is really, I don't really feel it. Really, really nice. So what do I think about the scooter? Is this a buy? Absolutely, I think it's a buy. I think if you are considering something for short trips, again, around your neighborhood that you're doing maybe like Uber Eats, something like that, and you're looking to do some deliveries, I think that this would be a great scooter for that because of the seated position. I would imagine that you can maybe somehow attach a basket to this somewhere in the front so that you could do deliveries. And again, it's pretty fast. So definitely a thumbs up.
Now, the M4 Pro S Plus is packed with power. We're talking about 800 watts of power, 48 volts, 12.5 amp battery, and you're also looking at a max speed of 28 miles per hour. Now, the capacity of this scooter is also pretty impressive. It can support riders up to 330 pounds, or like we discussed, maybe if you want to carry groceries, or if you want to be an Uber Eats person on a scooter, you can do that too. 330 pounds total weight capacity. You have an 18.6 mile range, 6 to 8 hours to get a full charge, front and rear disc brakes. It has, again, air-filled front and rear tires, 10-inch, which makes it super delicious to ride. And it also has a nice shock absorbing system in the back. Now, it has a foldable seat, and the seat itself also has a shock. So when you sit on it, it's really, really comfortable. Now, another cool thing about this scooter is that it has an LED lighting treatment that makes it also glow at night with turning signals, left and right turning signals. So it makes it super convenient as well. It has a large display with a security pin, making sure that only you can use the scooter when you input the right code.
All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the scooter. A couple things that we're going to stand out. First of all, let's take a look at the rear suspension as well as the tires. As we mentioned, this has 10-inch tires and has real nice suspension system right there in the back. So you can see that it has double shock absorbers that are going to give you a great ride. In addition to that, you do see that you have your disc brake system and your rear marker there, as well as worry-free fenders. Not metal. They're made out of a plastic or polycarbonate material that really is worry-free. You don't have to worry about rust whatsoever. The next thing that you can take a look at is the bed itself. And the bed is wide, has nice grippy surface, rubberized surface, which I really like as well. And one of the things that you'll see in a couple seconds is that on the side of the bed, you do have some left and right markers that light up for your turning signals. Now, taking a closer look at the seat, you do have an adjustable seat. It has two adjustment points. One allows you to fold it right there. This one allows you to raise it and lower it. And then you do have an independent shock system on the seat itself that makes it really comfortable. It's a little different because when you sit on it, it does go down because your weight is actuated by the shock absorber, but then as you're riding, you will also get some protection as it also kind of takes into place when you're riding and hitting any kind of bumpy surface. Now, in the front of the scooter, you do have your folding mechanism right here that's going to allow you to fold the scooter in half. You can see that you have a front shock system as well as your disc brake system and the same great tires in the front. And remember, these are air-filled tires. Now, in the front of the scooter, you see that you have your really bright LED. You do have, again, a better look at the tread system, which is super grippy. And again, that real nice shock support system that you have in the front. Now, the steering column is also fully adjustable. By removing this or actually loosening this, you're able to raise or lower it tool-free, no tools required. Now here you can see the actual markers. You can see the left marker, right marker lights up as well. And then if you hit the brake, you can see the light turns on as well. So this really makes it easy for someone to see you at night without any problems at all. Now, another spectacular feature is the LED lighting system. As soon as you turn this guy on, people are going to know that you're there, especially when you're riding at night. Now, the display is super bright. You can see that everything lights up really nice. It's easy to see even during daytime. You have your speeds that you can change real easily. You can see that you have your turbo 2 and 1. Again, your kilometers per hour. You have your light that you can turn on and off. And then you also have an onboard horn too. That's pretty loud. Braking system, you have nice brakes on each side. The actual handles are grippy. And then also by loosening this point here, it actually folds, which makes it really convenient if you need to put this in a car. Throttle can be found on this side. You can adjust the position of it. This is where I prefer to have it. And then again, you have your other brake for your front and rear on each side. Just to give you a sense of how bright the front light is, we're going to go ahead and power that up. You can see super duper bright. I'm going to put my hand right in front of it. Very bright. No one's going to have a problem seeing you at night. Now you can remove the seat as I did right here, and also this comes back. Now you can remove the seat as you can see, and you can fold it down. I don't find it super practical having that pipe there because it does become a trip hazard. So one of the things, now you can remove the seat as you can see here, but one of the things I don't like about this setup is that it becomes a trip hazard. So if you have this like this, fold it down, I don't like the way it gets in the way of my feet. Now you can pull it back and have it locked into place and just have the tube by itself, but I'm also concerned about that. So I'd probably, if you're not going to use a seat, I'd probably take off these screws, leave this space in place, and then put this screw back in when you want to use it. Now, for those of you who are curious on what it would look like once you fold down the side handles, that's what it would look like. Pretty simple.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.